Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I don't know whether 15 minutes are adequate for me to talk today. But what I would do is I'll just be provoking your thoughts. And in that way, I may accomplish what I want to do. Madam Speaker, I've been reflecting about the whole institution of parliament and representation. What we have inherited from outside. Parliament is an inheritance from the colonizers. And colonization is the greatest crime committed against humanity. And its wounds are eternal. They are everlasting. They destroy. Where they make, they also destroy. The destruction is more than the making. But we are not reflecting on these fundamentals. We fought for independence because we want to be ourselves. Essentially, that's what independence is about. It's not just to have a minister, a black president, and a national flag, a national anthem. No! It is to be yourself, to rediscover yourself, to become yourself. But have we become ourselves? Independent nations all over the world. Those who were once colonized, are they really independent? Are we independent? My colleagues, let's question ourselves. Some of us may not come back here again. Some have decided not to come. Some are going back to the polls, and I wish you all success. But the fundamental question remains. For me, the mission is incomplete. My mission, c'est une mission qui est incomplete. So, I'm well. Yes, some say that he's old, yes. But what has it to do with knowledge? What has it to do with determination? What has it to do with the desire to serve your people? When you can, you have the ability, you have the capacity, you have the will and the intention. What is wrong with it? What is age? In the face of struggle to rediscover yourself. If you are still able-bodied, intellectually, mentally alert, what is wrong in wanting to serve your people? My life has been simply that. From primary school to date, I have been in that mood, and that is what I'm going to die in that, to serve my people. It is not an easy struggle. For 50-something years, we have been here. And are we convinced that we are really helping our people to become a people? Are we helping our people by virtue of what we are doing here to make our people sovereign people? Not because we are saying they are sovereign, but they come to the conscious realization that they are sovereign people, that they own this country, that they are the people who matter, who make decisions, who should decide what serves their interests and what does not serve their interests. That is the job that we should have been doing. We who are their representatives. And that's why we are representatives. We are here precisely to perform that job. Particularly we who are coming from very far away. We are coming from a very far away, from a dominated colonial society, denied in every respect, even denied your culture, denied your language that identifies you and makes you different from other people. You are denied all that. And now you say you are independent and we still continue to wallow in the use of that same weapon that was used to destroy you. And we say we are independent, and we say we are serving our people. I'm speaking here, my people really don't understand a word of what I'm saying here, and I'm supposed to be representing them. This is a paradox. This is a contradiction. The first thing that we should have thought about when we conquered independence, if we really have conquered it, was how do we become ourselves? How do we become one with our people? How do we become one with our people that we are serving? These questions were never posed, mostly by the first generation of politicians. I wouldn't blame them much because they were concerned with other problems. Problems that have to do with governance, problems that have to do with education. But the unfortunate thing is that we have been independent Africa for more than half a century. And we are still dependent. Dependent in every respect. We hardly can do anything here without recourse to help from outside, even though we have everything in our continent. Everything that you can imagine, we have it. We have it in abundance, but we are poor in the midst of abundance. Materially poor in the midst of abundance, in fact morally poor, intellectually poor. Because that is why we are always having recourse to the outsiders, because we don't have confidence that we have the capacity intellectually to do what is necessary to change our continent. I'm sorry, but these are very important questions. We make laws here in the name of our people, and they don't know anything about them. And these are the same laws that they use to take them to court. But they have no idea about those laws. Because of what? Because of the language in which those laws are couched in. And we have done nothing about that. I pray all my colleagues who are here and are going back to the polls, I pray that you all come back here. But if I come back here, the first legislation that I'll promote in this parliament will be precisely on the need for our languages to be used here so that everybody who has the capacity, not because he or she speaks English or French, but because he or she can speak his or her language, can come here and democracy will become democracy. Not democracy in words, but democracy indeed in practice. How many people have been excluded from coming here? How many of them have been very intelligent, philosophically minded people outside there who know everything that we are doing here, but they are not here simply by virtue of the fact that the weapon that was used to destroy all of us is the same weapon that we are using here to promote their interests. Impossible. I know people will say, Sidia is very controversial. I don't care. It is controversy that moves knowledge forward. But these are not just mere controversies. These are facts, unshakable facts. Unshakable facts. If I sit here, sometimes I feel funny. I spend nights pondering these things in my head. Why are things what they are? Why can't we just turn them around and become what we want them to become? No, because we are still separated from our people, just like colonialists. They were separated from our people, they are there, they are there. And we use the same, we are up, they are down. And yet everything we do, we say we are doing on behalf of our people. And they have no, you tell me, you go and talk to them, you say they are participating. What participation is that? What type of participation is that? You are denying them to come here to participate. Because they cannot speak English. And you say you are participating. There is no participatory democracy here. Democracy is a sham everywhere. Big sham everywhere in the world. Whether in the United States or in Russia or in France or China, democracy is a sham. It's all rubbish. Sorry, I withdraw. So I wind up. Okay, Madam Speaker, I want to thank everybody here for having worked with me. We have worked here. We are all here by our interest and our determination to serve our people. Let us continue in that spirit even where we are outside these chambers. It's not only here that you can serve your people. We can serve our people in whatever capacity we are, outside or inside. But the most important thing is there is a job to be done still. We have gone nowhere. There is a job to be done. So those who are going and are not coming back know that the job, the mission is not complete yet. And unless it is complete, some of us will be here talking. Some of you will be here fighting. Because it is necessary that we talk, it is necessary that we do certain things so that we can move forward. We can do it. Whoever tells you that we cannot do it, it is not true. We can do it. We can transform this country into heaven on earth. I have that conviction because the means are here, the resources are here. All that we need is to reorganize ourselves and become selfless in rendering service to our people. We have to sacrifice. That word, I have always used it here, the word sacrifice. No development can take place in an ex-colony without sacrifice. You have to do with pleasures. You have to do with pleasures, otherwise we cannot move anywhere. The money you use to have your pleasures is the money that was used to serve the fundamental interests of your people. What do we have to show for our 56 years of sovereignty? What do we have to show for it? My critics will say, Syria is crazy. I'm not crazy. 56 years of sovereignty in a sovereign country like Gambia. 57, somebody is saying 57 now. What do we have to show for it? Big debt, indebted to our neck. To a point that we cannot even pay what we owe. Because when we pay what we owe, we will die. Even though we are paying heavily, but it's not enough. What we are paying is what we should use to bring about development. Somebody will tell me there is no country that has not taken debt. Yes, and there are countries which have never taken debt and they will never take. I know them. In fact, there are countries where they are paying less tax. They don't tax people because they have succeeded in developing the productive sectors of their economy in such a point that there is no need to tax. Money is coming. They are generating revenue. Why do you have to tax people when the land is generating the revenue for the people to be free? That is what we are marching towards. That country is going to be like that. I see a day, even when I die, even in my absence, Gambia will come a day when nobody will pay a tax because we'll develop this country in such a way that it will become generative of revenue without tax. Thank you very much, madam.
Bakau. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.